Well, hi everyone. This is Karen Mahoney and Charla Anderson, and we are sitting in Charla's home today. I'm here visiting her for the weekend, and I just decided after all of the election coverage that we've had this past week and watching all these Facebook stories that we are a little bit upset with how people are reacting. And while we both know that our future is to teach people about things that are happening, we believe we cannot wait any longer. So, is this true?
It's true. And we've been awakening.
Yes.
That's Charla Awakened
Yes.
for such a time as this has been my tagline for a while. And I've gone under the radar for a while, just trying to reevaluate, regroup, trying to determine what's next. Karen suggested we talk to you a little bit about some of the subjects that are very near and dear to our hearts, and we believe that will help you wake up and help you help others wake up in our journey. And this is just kind of an impromptu. It's casual. We don't have a name. We're just laughing our heads off and trying to figure out how to work the video again.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
That took us about an hour. So here we are. We finally made it live and we're here. So we're excited. We've talked about maybe doing something regularly, maybe in the future, to start teaching people some different things. And it's pretty obvious based on these elections and the follow-up feedback that people are, I think they're more asleep than I actually thought they were. And it's appalling to me. It's appalling, the stuff that's out there. I'm shocked. And we need to teach people, I guess, number one, how to behave.
Respect of others and discussion rather than dissension.
Right. But I also understand that, and this it's going to be difficult because we're dealing with different levels of understanding as we start out here. So we're going to try to, I don't want to say dumb it down because that's not appropriate, but to speak to the people who are on Facebook who really just are not understanding the situation at all, zero. And one of the things that people need to understand is that things are changing. Our bodies are changing. Our environment is changing. Our way of life is going to be changing. And there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that most people know nothing about, but you will. They're coming. And one of the things that are happening is when your body is upgrading the way it is, all of these negative things are coming to everybody's surface and getting rid of them. That's what I think we're seeing here is everybody is bringing all this stuff to the surface. And Donald Trump seems to be the catalyst to make that happen. And he has a role in all of this. And most people don't understand it. They think that he's sort of the enemy here, but I mean, clearly he won the election by popular and electoral vote. So he's clearly everybody wanted him, but
enough people wanted him.
Enough people didn't want him that they are quite vocal, and it's becoming a problem. It's really becoming a problem. But yet in that problem is the solution, because it's bringing up to the surface what it is that is in within themselves to be healed. So there's a lot involved in all of this, but wow, it's overwhelming. It's just overwhelming what I'm reading on Facebook. It's saddening to me.
And what I would like to see is that we do treat one another with respect. We all have difference of opinions. We don't know that ultimately, I don't believe it was Clinton and Trump. I believe it was more us against them. They are just individuals that have stepped into this role to bring us to this place in time. And our country is strong enough to withstand whatever. So I'm hoping that we actually can get into the meat of some of the things, but primarily, I love that you said teach people how to behave, because
that's
really, if you can't,
and I don't mean to make it sound that way.
I don't think it's condescending. It's let's respect.
I want to be a role model, I guess, for people. I I don't think it's appropriate to teach people how to behave. Everybody has their, it's free. They have free will and they can choose how they want to, but someone needs to show people how to behave. And I think they're behaving because they don't have the facts. They just don't have factual information. And they're going based off of their opinions or their, what's coming into their heads or what their friends are telling them, or
certainly what the media
we also
is
know
saying.
the media is, giving us false information. So you can't almost blame people sometimes for what they're thinking, but we have to start teaching. I just cannot wait another day. This is just, it has to happen. And so Charla and I talked about it, and we thought, well, we know a lot about what's going on in this world. And
behind the scenes,
yes.
Some of the things that are bigger than what meets the eye.
Right.
For sure.
And we want to try to start explaining to you what we know, because we've learned in my process, it's been maybe like the last 5 years. I've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of reading, probably lost a couple years of my life to the internet and learning and researching. And I was led to this place. We all are led. We're all guided. It's how much we actually can hear and how much we can actually receive and go forward and have enough desire to want to learn more, And so I just feel that, and Charla, I think, feels the same, that it's time. It's time that we just started talking. And we're going to start doing some videos, and we're going to start taking a topic, maybe, once a week or every other week or something. And we're just going to talk about it. And we're going to help you understand where we've come from. We're not going to tell you how to think. We're just going to share with you what we know, okay? And how we came to this knowledge. Because if you can hear where we've come from, you might actually find things that work for you too. Something might, click for you and say, oh, you know what, I thought that once, or I remember that, or I'm not sure why I remember that, but I remember that. And so we've got to start sharing with you. That's all we know. We have to start sharing.
Because ultimately, we're all in this world together. We all are interconnected, and we all want the same basic things, which is food, clothing, shelter, acknowledgement, love, unconditional love, security, the things that we all want. There's a 99.9% almost, that really we're fighting over things that are just a tiny bit different in each of us, because everything else, most of us, we're pigment and skin and bones and guts, and we're so much more alike than we are different. And so part of my job, is to lift you up and let you know that you're perfect exactly who and where you are. There's nothing wrong, and to give you a place to just kind of ask questions, look, wonder if there's just so much more. We're so much more alike than we are different, and that's been such a message for me for a long time. And that when we can love others and love you without any question or judgment, you're just, all's well. And yet information coming in, knowledge gives you a little further foundation of growth, and we're all here to grow together.
Exactly. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pick a topic and probably discuss the topic itself, how it's really affecting you and other people, and then what you can do about it. And maybe give you some other resources that, I've seen or read, or that Charla has seen or read over the years, that would give you more information if you want to know. So there are some topics that we're going to talk about that maybe will resonate with you and you'll want to know more. And then there are others that you'll say, you've got to be kidding. Yet we know and understand what it means, but you may not be there yet. So stick with us, hang in with us. We're going to get you there. I promise you, it's going to take a while, and you're going to want to do some research on your own. It's just like when you go to YouTube and you find a video that you like, and then you see on the other side of the screen other videos that are connected, and you can continue, be, watching this
Down
one
that
and then
rabbit
this one
hole.
and this one.
Yes.
And it takes you here and it takes you there and you're here and there. Next thing you know, you're on a completely different subject that you didn't even know existed. And now you're watching something else and you're learning something new. That's kind of what this is going to be like. So if it resonates with you, stick with us, and we'll give you other topics and other things that you can actually go to learn more. We can't tell you everything. There's way too much. There's just way too much. But once you start taking an interest in this and moving away from, and I think our first topic, personally, my first topic that I would like to talk about is turning off the television. This is critical to being able to open your mind. You are being programmed from your television and you don't even know it. And we're going to show that to you. We have articles, we have information about that and why that's the truth. And so this is why everybody is where they are. They don't know. They're just being dumbed down, they're being mind controlled, and they're being told what to think and how to think and what to do, where to go, what's right, what's wrong. And they haven't left you
And
your
where
brain.
to shop.
Yeah, everything. And they haven't left you your brain to be critically thinking with. So you need to turn off the television. I did that in 2009, and it was within a year or so, my whole life started to turn around. Everything changed for me. My brain wasn't being mind controlled anymore. And I started to think for myself and see things differently and realize that, wow, I've been living in a totally different place than I should have been. And so now we're all waking up, and I'm grateful that I've met Charla and so many other people, and we consider ourselves like soul family, and so we all have come to the same realizations. And I think if we can continue just to talk to you in this way, we're going to gain more soul family, and and we're going to wake up a lot of people. So and then we don't have to listen to this stuff on Facebook. Oh my gosh, it's to me it's
so divisive. And I'm about
crazy.
really about unity and love, and that will never not be my message.
Mm-hmm.
But a way to get there so often is and for forgiveness. But we go back to the TV. It's crazy that I say I don't watch TV, and I haven't really in decades, and are very little. And I don't. My news is kind of on the trending things on Facebook that I don't even click on, but just kind of see now and then. And you don't have to be enmeshed in all the daily drama, because I gave up attachment to drama, and that has changed a lot for me and opened up so many doors. And I just get to meet and love, the people that are in front of me, the people right in front of me. And, we can't change the world, but we can change our world.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you do that is step outside, smile, hug, pick up a piece of paper, pick up trash, give someone a hug, maybe even the checkout. I've talked about this many times, but hug and ask permission. May I give you a hug? And that doesn't always work in every situation. I'm not, but so many people are starving for just acknowledgement that they're okay, and they are okay. And the more people, the harder they are to love, the more they need it. And so that, Karen's got so much grounding in the message, in the actual factual things that are going on.
Right.
Mine is more instinctual.
But it's all tied together.
Yeah.
And you'll see that as we go forward. It is very tied together, connecting with people, and why we're not doing that, because of all the factual information that I can bring to you. Why that's not happening, why we moved away from that, because there is an agenda that's happening, and there's a reason why it's happening. Unfortunately, they've programmed you to not see it. So, as some people like to say, or many people, there could be something happening over here. You're watching over here, but there's something other going on over here. but you don't see it because you're so busy watching this. And that's what the election was about.
Distractions.
The election was all about distracting you while there's a whole bunch of things going on over here. A whole bunch of things. And you don't know them. And I'm going to share some. A lot.
And we're excited. Who knows where
I
this
am
leads?
excited.
You know, you got to start
I'm
somewhere. And so often, you know, I've been noodling what's next. Where do I want to go? Do I need to, you know, do the radio show again? And I'm not thinking that that's the case, but I feel like this is a place to start, and we don't have to know. That's my big mantra in the last year. I don't have to know the next step. I only have to take one step at a time. And this is an intriguing opportunity that we're saying yes to, just to see what happens and where it goes. And if it works for you, fabulous. If it doesn't, fabulous too. It's all good. And you might send us comments. My website is charla.a.com. And this will be posted several places, Facebook, of course, and YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
Charla Awaken. You don't want, she's like, I don't want to be public.
This is very new for me. So you'll be sharing this with me as I do this, because I am not out there in the public. This is not my thing, but
evolution of the public.
I am going to succumb to this, not pressure, but I have to step up to the role that I'm here for. And
it's our heart.
And spirit has been, you know, for those of you that understand spirit can be your intuition. Spirit is God. Spirit is
Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit, if, you know, depending on your type of religious background. But it's your internal compass, and your internal compass talks to you. We're all here for a purpose on this earth. I think everybody sort of realizes that. And I know what my purpose is, and spirit is telling me it is time to step up. Let's go. No.
It's
and I'm
time.
like, oh my God, I'm not ready. But yeah, I'm ready. So here I am. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I was supposed to come here this week and sit in front of the video with Charla, right?
Join us in this incredible journey called life
gosh.
that we want.
So
we
fun.
just want to walk together with you, and just ultimately, you know, just be kind to one another, and have some. Do you want to just mention discourse, which is discussion rather than being offended? And so many of us are waiting to be offended, walk around waiting to be, you know, offended so we can fight, and instead of having some empathy or considering someone else's perspective. And we all every one of us comes from where we come from, and we can't come from anywhere else. So we, and if we can understand that what I'm doing and what I'm saying has very little to do with you, you know, it's only what I know and what I say, and you receive it and then react, which becomes a mirror. And when you get that mirror, when you get offended and defensive, you might want to take a look inside. Mm-hmm. So that's another story. But let's just wrap this up.
It is all about perception.
It is perception.
And you only have the perception you have based on the knowledge you have. So, you know, Charla and I were talking about this. You do the best you can with, right?
What you got,
and what you know
and all you know.
The time. And so now we're going to give you some new information, which will probably give you a new perspective, because that's exactly what it did for me, and I know it did for Charla, and for all of us who we are grouped with, our family. And so it's just a matter of being willing to be open to new information. You know, people will say, oh, you're conspiracy nut. No, we're not. We have facts to back it up. And you know, we want to try to share with you before all this comes out, because it is coming. It's a disclosure of many kinds is coming, and it's going to be difficult for those that have no preparation. It's going to be like being slapped in the face, and we would like to try to soften that blow a little bit.
My job is just to help love you where you are and love you through this, the transitions that our world is in. And so that's our job. And I'm going to give you one resource, and it is the book I recommend almost every time I'm talking to anybody, is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. That changed a lot of perspective for me, from understanding that people don't do what they do to me, They do it for them and from them. So the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, and I hope that you go out and find that book, get audiobook, and just take a look at that and see. And I used to say, well, and I found it in the New Age section, and I was like, don't be afraid. It's very, to my fundamental group, it opened up so many doors for me to get a different perspective. And it's easy, it's short, and worth the read.
All of his books are great.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up.
And we don't know when we'll be back, but this is an introduction. We're going to see, you'll be traveling, and, who knows? Who knows? I like that it's loosely structured, and we'll do it when it feels right.
Yeah.
And
but we'll have something of more substance when we come back next time.
Absolutely.
But we did want to just kind of
She's the brains and I'm the mouth, so we're going to.
Well, I don't know about that. But anyway, we'll come back with a topic that we'll just, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so. We don't want to make it too long. That's the one thing I said, is that there's a lot of stuff out there. There's so much to read, so much to watch, and everything is so long, you just can't fit everything in. So we're going to do like kind of a little snippet. Like I said, we'll have the topic, how it's affecting you, and what you might be able to do to counteract some of this. But again, please turn off your television. Please turn off your television. Be with your family. Read a book. Go take a walk. Connect with the earth. Just do something besides the television. Try it. Just try it for a month, and you'll see. It's just makes a huge difference. Okay.
It gives a time for a peaceful reflection, and that would be
sitting quietly with yourself for 5 minutes makes a huge difference every day.
And that's all we're asking right now. Just start feeling from within. So we're going to say goodbye. Thanks. This is Charla and Karen having a great time, and we'll see you next time wherever these. Is that where we stop it? Bye.